Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yam, shimmy, yeah. Give me the mic so I can take it away. Off on the natural charge, bon voyage. Yeah, from the home of the Dodger Brooklyn squad.
We saw two greats, not only in players, but in coaches and in teams, showcase their skills in front of the nation, which drew a record, I say, in women's basketball of over 12.3 million, if I'm not mistaken, plus watching that. So that that says a lot about how
More,
much interest the sport has gotten and how much more
more than
this
the men.
more than the men. That's right. We're going to talk about that too, how the women are making the men look bad out here. But let's start out with you, Trav. What did you think about that Final Four, or excuse me, that LSU Iowa matchup? Did it live up to the hype? Is it what you were expecting, or did it fall short of anything?
No excuses.
Yeah, it fell short. Yeah,
Excuses already.
I thought LSU was gonna beat them, but uh, Clark just was too much for them. They couldn't stop
Man, we taking your title from you, man.
him. I ain't worried about that.
Caitlin Clark was clutch, and she
I don't
did put on
know.
a
I
show.
say they came out pretty good when the game started. Whatever first quarter, then second, third quarter, they just couldn't get enough points going on. In
And if
fourth
I
quarter, they
recall,
played a little better, but they just played bad defense on Clark. They was just like they do the pick and roll. They kept going under the pick, and
it was
she was
almost
lighting them up from 27, 28 feet.
it was almost a tale of two halves. The first half we ended going in tied, if I wasn't mistaken, and then second half is where things started kind of getting out of control a little bit and became a little bit more difficult. And I believe that Castro and Trav both alluded to it, the fact from the other show that it was going to be difficult for them to come back if they get down in those double digits, and that's exactly what happened. And Castro, let
Yeah,
me take it to you next and see what you got to say about that game. What do you think about that?
Man, when I think about it, it was a good game. Uh, like I said before last week, Trav just said is the defense and wasn't up to par. But then the same LSU team they played last year in the championship game. So Kim should have looked at the film last year. It's just hard to stop Clark. It's just difficult to stop Clark. And when she's on, she just on. And when she have that, she got that mentality inside of her where she want to beat Angel. It's not she want to beat LSU. She wanted to humiliate Angel, and she put her focus into that. That's why she came up with 41 points. Like I said last week, this young lady is she's on a mission, and if she end up winning the title, she done went through LSU, she went through UConn, and maybe South Carolina. To me, I think that'd be well deserving for her statue. But it was a good game, but like Trav just said, it was just too much Clark. She wanted too much. Angel Reese got a bad habit of fouling out during the games. That's her problem. You know, but LSU was strong. They got strong players on there, and it was just too much.
That's a really great take, Castro. I would have to agree. Both teams came out to play. They put on the best display that they were capable of doing. They showcased all their skills. They did everything they were supposed to do, but the better team came out on top. Dave, would you happen to agree with that, or do you think otherwise? Do you think something else should have happened?
Nah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I just wish that y'all would stop disagreeing with me when I tell people like Castro that, I told Trav, Castro ended up, but you know what? Castro, You was on the right side at first, then you changed your mind and you went over there to LSU. Now I told you over and over, man, stop going against me, man. How many times I got to tell you this, man?
Castro,
I'm
what do you say?
waiting. Stop going against me, Castro. You know I'm right. When I'm right, I'm right, man. I'm right all the time. I'm undefeated, man. I'm flawless, man. And here I go right again, Castro. You making
Sometimes
me
you
look
need to
like a
listen to
genius, man.
sometimes you need to listen to the replay. You know what I'm saying? Because I never went against Iowa. I said that I feel like I was with Travs on LSU got the better team and LSU got the dogs. But I also said Caitlin Clark is on a whole nother journey. She gonna get out here
Yeah,
and put up a lot of
yeah.
points. That's exactly what I said. So if that what I said went this, the other side, then damn it, that's the way I'm going there because I meant what I said. Shit.
I love it.
Uh,
I love it. I
All
think
right, man.
got a little vindication here.
You like it. I love it, man, because I'm still undefeated, man. So go against me, man.
In
Time
case
will
anybody,
tell, man.
in case anybody hasn't heard yet, Dave is undefeated, and he wants to keep it that way. And Dave's going to
Oh
have some
shit.
more opportunities to make some calls on some games because we're not done yet. We just started. We still got 8 games left, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me, 6 games left total between the men and the women in those tournaments. So we've got a little bit more to test our knowledge with and make our predictions, but we'll get to that part too. In the meantime, let's move over to the second game. And that second game was no less exciting than the first game. And I am talking about the matchup between USC, Juju Watkins, against UConn, Paige Buchers. Watching that game was very entertaining from start to finish. And at the end of the game, regardless of who won it, there was nothing but class and respect demonstrated by both teams, by both staffs. And that to me speaks volumes in class on how the game is played and represented, whether it be by males, by females, makes no difference. They're a class act. Guys, what did you think about that game between UConn and USC? This time, we're going to start with you, Dave. I want to hear what you got to say.
Oh yeah, you're right. The last should be first. Man, man. Either I'm just that lucky or I'm just that good, man. I let Castro and Travis decide, man, because y'all gonna have to figure something out, man. Move over and make some room for me, man. I told you that girl Juju Watson was going home. I told you that, man. I told you go ahead and get her an Uber, man, because she's going home. I've got nothing else to say, man. She's more like, you know what? Shout out to Juju, man. You did your thing, but you was out there playing for your numbers. It's a team game.
Very good point. Very good point. What'd you think about at the very end when Paige Buchers came up and kind of helped console Juju? Do you think that was something that we ought to see more often in competition between individuals coming together once the game is over? Or do you think that that is something that should have just, deal with your loss, recover however you want, and move on?
Deal with it. Deal with it.
Tough love, huh? Tough
That's
love.
right, man. This is competition. Sports. This ain't no participation trophies and no nah, man. That towel is to dry your forehead, not your eyes, not your eyelids.
I like it. That's true. It's raw. It's real. Trav, what do you think about it?
What you talking about, the game?
The game and then just the gesture at the end. Is there anything that really stood out to you from that game? Were you surprised at the outcome in any way, or were you kind of expecting UConn to be able to dominate? And I don't want to say dominate because they didn't necessarily do that, but they were clearly the better team that night.
Yeah, I thought Juju was gonna have a better game. She shot pretty bad. But they shot bad as a team.
Yeah.
That was the difference in the game. They just weren't making shots. They putting up a lot of shots and wasn't hitting them or whatever. So yeah, I was with Juju and I was with Angel. So Both of them out of there. Buka, she had a good game, and they
I
pulled it out.
respect this man. I respect this man. Took yeah. He took that
Yeah, as
L,
far
man.
as
Hey, yeah, go ahead.
now, they're gonna say, far as the at the end of the game, I said, hey, they gotta suck it up. Y'all had a win, you lost, so suck it up and take that long ride home.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I'm the same way. Hey, next. There. Yeah, there's the picture. There's it.
Yeah, they gotta suck it up.
Got to suck it up. Yep.
Come back better next year. But ain't she getting in the draft, so she won't be back.
Yeah, I believe that they announced that she is going to go in the WNBA draft, and that's something that we're going to cover in more detail as we get closer here to it. But before we forget, we got one more individual to get the opinion of that game. What do you think about that, my friend? What do you think about the game and the gesture towards the end that you
Say
He
my
ain't
got?
gonna
name.
say nothing.
Say
He ain't gonna
say
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 nothing.
say 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 my name when you referring to me.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
I'm saying?
It will not
you,
happen again, Mr. Castro.
you
If
gotta
you
you
forgot,
gotta
if you
win
got, then I
first.
get out this. Look, listen, uh, listen. I mean, right now we at the bottom where the best four teams is in. Okay, it was.
Okay.
I look at Juju and I look at Page. Those are two superstars that we're gonna see in the next 3 years, and both of them freshmen. And to put up the points and put up with the numbers and put up the performance that they put up, I can't knock one another. You know, Page is a better shooter than Juju, but Juju is a better athlete than Page. You know, but it's different when you on a Geno team because he raised champions. So USC coach, she haven't been on that stage, so she can't prepare her girls for that stage. Juju go out there shoot 100 times. That don't mean she prepared for it. Geno girls go out there and play like that because of the fact that when you go to UConn, you go into a national title team. So the difference is who's gonna play the best. And that's what I'm not gonna say Paige outdid Juju, but I'm just gonna say both of them played great. But they team, UConn team beat USC team. So I don't have nothing bad to say about that. And then as far as at the end, they put their anger of 40 minutes on the court. At the end, when you playing a opponent that you respect, you still show love to those opponents. It ain't about, man, fuck y'all, whatever. See, that's that shit with Iowa and LSU. See, they didn't like each other. That's that shit with Chicago Bulls and Detroit Pistons. They didn't like each other. So I don't expect them motherfuckers to be
Great
down
point.
shaking hands at the end. You know what I'm saying? I would expect them to shake hands. But when you got teams that respect each other, you know, it's all it is. We'll pour it out on the court, but at the end, good game.
Yeah,
That's
definitely good
leadership.
game.
That's leaderships on both teams. So that's my point.
Great point, Castro. Great point. That is, I don't know that anybody's going to argue that at all. And I think we're all in unanimous agreement that you lose, you move on, figure out a way not to lose because nobody likes that feeling. You don't want that feeling. You want the other feeling when you won the year before. You were able to gloat and do all this. That was fun. A lot funner than sitting in front of the podium, sad faced and crying. So, yeah, no sympathy there from anybody on the panel. Now we've got UConn going up against Iowa. to see who goes to the championship. And let's talk about that game first. Let's go on that game, and in specific, Bukers versus Clark, because I think that's going to be the matchup that people are going to be most interested in. And because of my mistake last time by not announcing Mr. Castro's name properly, I would like to start with Mr. Castro and his thoughts on the upcoming game.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Uh, you named the marquee players. You know what I'm saying? Kalen and Page. You named them. But we are forgetting the X factor, and that's Edwards for UConn. She's a dominant player on UConn team just as well as Page. So to me, I think that's where the advantages come in. That is what UConn has on their starting five than I will have on theirs. Kaylee don't know when this is gonna be her last game, so she gonna shoot like she a machine gun. She gonna let it go. She gonna try to get all the memories that she can get from that game. With UConn playing for a national title, UConn want USC. So to me, it's gonna be a great game, but I think UConn gonna edge them out.
You think UConn's going to do it?
I think UConn's gonna do it. I think Kaylin gonna get her points, but like I said, it's just too many great players on UConn than it is Iowa.
That's a great point. It is a great point. I'm not going to disagree with that. I think it's going to be a tough matchup. I think there's going to be a lot more pressure on Iowa than there's going to be on UConn, just because UConn has got that pedigree to where they've been there and they've won so much that it's going to be, in my opinion, probably a lot more comfortable and a lot more natural than it was for Iowa, who was there last year, but now their chance at redemption, and here it is. So
Well,
we'll see.
Matt, let me jump in. It's gonna be the same for UConn as well because they fan base expected them to win national titles because that's what they gave them. So
Yeah,
they fan base is looking at the same thing. So it's a lot of pressure on both of them because they expect UConn to be there. It's a lot of pressure on Iowa because the state of Iowa is all up on Caitlin Clark's back and want something out of her to bring back to the state of Iowa. So it's a lot of pressure on both of them, but it's probably to me it'll be more pressure on UConn because they expect
yeah,
UConn to be there.
makes sense. Makes good sense. Let's go over here to Trav. Trav, what do you think about the upcoming matchup between Iowa, UConn, and their two star players?
Well, I think Buka she'll have a pretty good game or whatever, but I'm not going against Clark this time. I'm going with Iowa. I think Clark she gonna be too much for him. She was too much for LSU. I think it'll be the same against UConn. I know UConn. Like I say, they got a good team, but I don't think they're gonna be able to take her down.
You think Iowa's just got that much more momentum going for them right now to where they can see themselves getting that championship that eluded them last year by LSU?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think they got the confidence. But like I say, how I see them play against LSU, it in my mind they'll be able to take UConn.
I like that
Trey, let me
take.
Trey, let me ask you a question. You hyped on LSU, but what have LSU shown you this year that they are a dominant team? I mean, the second game they lost to Colorado.
I mean, sometimes a team will slip up and lose a fluke game here and there. A lot of them do.
Colorado ranked number 5 in the nation.
Yeah,
So
but
that can't be called a fluke.
I'm a call it that. Yeah, because you looking at the defending champ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were the champ.
Well, they didn't play like the defending champ this year. Angel Reese should have been in the NCAA averaging between 20 to 30 points per game. She's supposed to be the star. Is the ball supposed to go inside of Angel Reese? But the people that's outside of Angel Reese, they the one kept LSU together. Angel
was
Reese,
the player? Who was the player of the year?
who was the player of the year? Clark.
You sure?
Clark was the player. Positive.
Clark?
Now, if I'm wrong, tell me if I'm wrong now. But I could have sworn Clark was the player of the year.
Yeah, Clark.
Pull it up, Max. Make sure I'm right now. I'm on the record. Damn it, get me right.
I'm double checking. Double checking.
Double check.
Shit. Angel Reese, the player of the year. What damn team? What year? Shit. She wasn't the player of the year when she won. She wasn't player of the year when she won the national title.
I mean, they still made it to the Elite Eight.
And
so did North Carolina State.
And I can confirm that as of Wednesday, yesterday, that Caitlin Clark is the player of the year, named Naismith National Player of the Year. So that was yesterday's news, and I'm glad that we brought that up. Thank you, guys. That's excellent. But yeah,
that was Castro. You know he'd be on top of things, man.
That's awesome, Castro. Yeah, you are 100% right. Player of the year. And what better way could you think about ending your collegiate career, player of the year? Okay, you're one game away from going back to the national championship. How big would it be for her to be able to get that national championship, player of the year, and then write her own ticket to wherever it is she wants to go or whatever it is she wants to do?
Big three, the big three.
I think the book stops. She might make it to the championship, but I think the book stops there.
And we're going to get to the other side of that coin as well. I like it. We have, though, Dave. This is gonna be.
I'll be quick so I don't hold y'all up.
It's gonna be. Let me ask you this: we got Caitlin Clark in Iowa, and I know how you feel about Caitlin Clark in Iowa. Paige Buchers and UConn. Who's gonna win that game?
Man, I disagree with Castro. Man, take that crown and put it on Caitlin Clark, man. Until you can name somebody on that squad that can stop Caitlin Clark,
how do you
giving it to Caitlin Clark?
How do you think she's going to match up with Buchers?
I think they got to match her. She's the barometer.
I like that. That's good. Castro,
yeah.
Max, I know you hosting this show, Max, but you got to stop all this. I like that and believe in what the fuck these niggas saying, because that bullshit right there is just a bunch of bullshit. All right, this is raw, but goddamn,
okay then.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you, like, to be honest with you, Caitlin Clark is a fine. She's a fine shooter. She's a good shooter. A great shooter. But when you playing somebody on the opposite team can shoot just like you, she got people around her where she don't have to score 40 points. That's the difference between Iowa and UConn. She don't have to score 40 motherfucking points to win a game. She can score 20 points. But the team is averaging between 10 to 20 per game each player. That's a difference.
I'll be fair. Listen. So who on UConn can you count on? Like, who's gonna guard Caitlin Clark?
Excuse me?
Who's gonna guard her? That's what I want to know.
I don't know who's gonna guard her. I don't know. They're gonna have Paige on her, but I don't know if Paige can stop.
You better not pull an LSU move. You better not pull an LSU move.
I don't know if anybody can stop Caitlin. Same way, I don't think anybody can stop Paige.
Right.
Paige gonna get her just like Caitlin Clark.
But respectfully, you saying that UConn got a better team. You might be right, because that's what it. Right, Gino ain't no spring chicken when it comes down to this. So you said he gonna devise a defensive scheme that can let Caitlin get hers and make the rest of the team suffer.
They gonna damn suffer. Yes.
All
And
right,
then,
yeah.
like I said, and then on top of
If
that,
I gotta put down my fandom, I mean, I do believe in them. You know, it ain't just no fandom. I do believe in them. Uh, you know, I can't lie, man. I'm Super Dave. I'm undefeated, man. You know what, man? Thank you for bringing me down, man. You know what? You're right. You know, with the all-around team, I get
hold
a
on.
little carried away,
No,
man.
fuck that. Hell no. Don't jump on my damn bandwagon. Stay on your goddamn horse. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you swapping sides with me. You
Hey,
know,
man.
let
I'm trying to
let
stay
let
undefeated, man. I'm trying
hey
to stay
let
undefeated.
It's a tough choice,
I'm trying
Dave.
to stay undefeated, man.
shit. Listen, I believe so much, Trash. I believe so much in Caitlin Clark abilities. This chick is actually, I mean, I'm sorry, this lady is actually one of the greatest players that came through college basketball as a shooter. I like her game as a shooter. Defense weak as fuck, but her offense is just bad as hell. You know what
She's
I'm
been
saying?
improving on the defense too.
Yo,
Shot blocking.
she got to get better on defense. But to me, she remind me of a Reggie Miller. Good shooter, just don't play no damn defense.
Yeah, she's been
So,
improving on that off-ball defense. You know, she.
uh,
All right.
man, they can run beside you all day to make you think they playing defense. Here, they just saving their energy for offense. That's
Hmm.
it.
Yep. That's it. Yep. That's true.
So,
That's what the new
so
stars today do. Yep.
yeah. So my thing is, I ain't taking nothing away from Caitlin Clark. She gonna get hers. She gonna get hers. But like I said, Gino is a different type of coach that you going up against.
Yeah.
A
I
different type of
don't
coach.
agree. I don't
All right,
agree.
man. I'm going with UConn, man. I'm going UConn. All right. I'll be rooting for Caitlin Clark, but I'm going for UConn. All right. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't let her mess my record up. Nah, we ain't doing that.
All right, I want to get this for the record now, Dave. You're going with
For
UConn.
UConn.
Okay.
Yeah. And if I don't win, it's this man right here fault. Yeah.
You hear that, Castro?
But
If
but but
you
I'm looking at it too, Matt. Matt, this is how I'm looking at this situation with this game here. People like UConn to win, but they got this fairy tale story with Kalen all year. Against LSU, which is trap team that he wanted to win. This woman done broke three fucking records in one game.
in one
She broke three fucking records. She passed three motherfuckers in one game. You
Disrespectful.
know, you know. So I'm
This is
saying
y'all
they
so. I know this. I know. I know. I say what everybody else won't say. It's the elephant in the room. This was a race game. It was black versus white, and y'all come out there and had the fucking nerve to put the damn white girl on Clayton Clark, and she took that shit as an insult, and she lit y'all
she
ass
took
up
it
for 41, Trav. Got nothing else to
and the
say
sad
about that. She like Larry
a
Bird.
day
She like
Nah,
Larry
a
Bird. Don't
day
you ever put no white boy on me.
a day and then
What you
after the
got to say
game what
about
they
that,
do.
Trav?
Hold
She
on.
cried,
After the game, Dave,
she
what they
made her
go? What they
cry.
gonna do? What they do, Dave? After the game,
Make
the
all
whole
these
team, the whole
excuses.
team, no, the whole team got together and did a photo with their hand like you can't see me.
Right.
You know, they did a whole
Man,
photo waving
Trav,
their hand. You can't see
Trav,
me.
I mean,
what you say to that, Trav? Quiet.
they they just made it to the final four.
They made the Final Four
All
last year.
right. Don't don't
That's
don't
it.
They
minimize
made
the
they they
success.
made
Our
they made
success.
they made the Final Four the year before that.
The same girls you talking about, LSU, they just won the championship last year. They just beat them last year. So I mean,
That,
they can be happy
that's
about
last year,
beating
bro.
LSU.
But have you checked your
I guess
calendar?
that's their championship.
Have you checked your calendar?
Beating LSU
Have you checked your calendar?
for
It's
what?
a new year, man.
Okay,
That's last
They-
year. That's yesterday
okay,
news.
and guess what? They don't have a championship just like last year. They
All right.
still in
Well,
it, but they
hey,
don't have a championship yet.
can't
yes.
say nothing against that.
Lost.
So they need to relax.
Then they play LSU. They lost, but they back now. Which is gonna lose again. She gonna be 0-3 in the motherfucking finals. But well, I'm gonna say in the final four because I think UConn gonna beat them.
And if that stays true, then we're split right down the middle as far as UConn and Iowa. Trav and myself, we believe that Caitlin Clark and the Hawkeyes have enough to do it. Castro and Dave believe UConn has got the better team, better coaches, and they're going to go and move on to the championship game. Only time will tell, guys. Only time will tell. But I believe that based on these predictions, guys, they're going to be fighting on that court, and they're going to leave everything out there. So we can guarantee it's going to be a good game. And while we're speaking on the other game, let's start off with you again, Castro, because I like the way you incorporate things on the conversation. So, between the second game, we've got NC State against South Carolina. Now, this game is a different type of dynamic than the one that we were just talking about with Connecticut and Iowa. They don't have the superstar quote players that we have just been talking about, but they've got great teams with great players. So, between these two clubs, who do you like and why?
Well, yeah, Castro.
You hear me?
Yep,
Hear you
we
now.
can hear you.
No, he dropped that.
Yeah. It looks like we might have lost Castro here for just a moment. Let me ask you, Trav, between NC State and then Carolina, what are you thinking about that game? Who do you like and why?
Uh, I want to go with Carolina, but I'm gonna go with NC State. 'Cause I don't know Carolina. They got a pretty good team, but who's gonna step up when if the game close? Who's gonna step up and make them clutch shots? Cause I know the last game they shot awful from the 3-point line. So I'm looking at it as if South Carolina can get them threes up and shoot good like they did the last game, I think they're gonna take them out. So I think it'll be NC State.
You like NC State? Nice.
Yeah, cause I think they got better 3-point shooters. I think that'll make the difference in the game.
Oh,
Castro, welcome back. We lost you there for a second, brother.
yeah, I'm here.
What are you thinking about NC State? Who do you like in that matchup?
Yeah. I realize you shouldn't even be asking me that because you ought to know it's going to be South Carolina. You know, the game going to come down to defense and rebounds. And North Carolina States don't have the interior to out rebound whatever her name is, Khadijah Cadova, whatever her name is. They can't. They're going to out rebound them. So if you out rebound a team, they can't get sack possessions. They try to score. And South Carolina got more weapons on their team. Trav said, who gonna hit the big clutch shots? Well, they got everybody on the damn team can hit a big clutch shot. Hell, Cadova hit a big clutch shot in the damn NCC championship game, the damn win. That's the center. And she ain't shot a damn 3-pointer in her career. But she shot this last shot and made it. So anybody on South Carolina team can shoot. And
give her a cookie.
Give her, hey, they won. That's what they want. She don't want the cookie. She want to win. And that's what happened. They got the win. They still undefeated. I mean, like I said, you got Cinderella stories. North Carolina State to me and women's is a Cinderella story. You know, I'm glad they did because you put new blood in the water. That's cool. They a threat. But Dunn got them girls ready. They will be ready on Saturday. So I like South Carolina.
So man, I'm going with South Carolina, man. I like NC State. You know, I like the girl Rivers, man. She from my hometown. I mean, just for her to go this far is already a win. And I like number 10, man, also from NC State, man. That's the best player, the best scorer. But South Carolina got a nice guard too, man. Number 12 on their squad, and Don Staley is hungry. And these girls ain't new to this. They true to this, man. They really are. Like we don't, you know. Well, I don't have no reason to doubt South Carolina. They done it back. They've been in the thick of things back to back years every year, man. And they could have been the champs every single year.
With South Carolina.
It's still Carolina. Yeah.
And one thing about South Carolina, what they trying to reach this year is UConn the only team that won the championship undefeated. And South Carolina trying to get to that. They trying to hit that mark, to be undefeated and win the national title.
They got something to prove.
They hungry.
I like that. Hungry. You got to be hungry. If you're not hungry, man, somebody else is. They'll show you.
Go.
And myself personally, I don't have a favorite in this particular game, though I would like to see South Carolina pull out a victory. So I'm going with South Carolina personally. So that one, we got 3 South Carolinas and 1 NC State. See how that one works out. That's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah. And they're gonna take their first loss of the season.
Yeah, the truth about to get exposed.
Oh, time will tell, because tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, is when the game starts. So,
get ready. I'm gonna bug the hell out of Trav.
it's going to be a great game.
Text message.
Yeah, we gonna see.
Yeah, I know. Time to tell.
Then, as far as NCAA tournament play is concerned, we'll leave the ladies alone for the moment. And in the meantime, we're going to jump over to the men's. Are we going to watch Tide roll? Are we going to watch water boil? Are we going to watch Huskies roam? Or is the Wolfpack going all over the place? Man, we got some hot games coming up. Man. Where are we going to start first? You guys want to start with bigs, or you want to start with other?
Well, Alabama going home, so we can go get that out the way. They going home.
All right, I think Dave wants to talk about Alabama. Let's start with David.
Alabama going home. They too little in the middle. They don't eat their Wheaties. They too little. They ain't gonna mess with UConn, man. Them Wolfpacks, when them Huskies get together, man, they're gonna be, man. Listen, man, you're gonna wish a Tide came through.
What's gonna happen with Burn? What's gonna happen on Alabama if they start getting those threes and they start hitting them shots, though?
Not against UConn, bro. UConn ain't no. You can't. Nah, UConn. No. No, I don't see it. UConn defense is too good. UConn defense is too good. UConn defense is too good. He talking about if. All right.
That was his question.
It ain't gonna happen. He said if. What's gonna happen if UConn gets the rolling with the threes? They ain't gonna get a chance to.
You think the defense of UConn is going to be way too much for Alabama to be able to not be able to get
they won't get in the rhythm. They won't let them get in the rhythm. I mean, and I don't need to spend too much rhetoric on this right here, because it's just that simple. They go home. That's it.
You think it's going to be that? You'd almost make it sound like it's going to be a blowout.
Nah, it ain't going to be a blowout. It's just going to be a domination.
Domination.
When they almost think they up, and they just gonna slap them. It's gonna be dominant. It ain't gonna be like utterly domination, like but they just gonna They're gonna slap them back down every time they try to get up, man. It's gonna take their spirit away from them until they give up, man.
So
It's just
even
gonna
if
happen, man.
Alabama plays their best, you don't think it's going to be enough to beat UConn?
Nah, it ain't go. Nah, because Alabama is Cinderella. They already surprised enough teams.
And you think this is where they're
All that offense and oh yeah. Because nobody's gonna be able to do nothing with the big man down in the paint. And I like Alabama. I like what they've done. I've been impressed, man. And I thought about it long enough, and I say, you know what? Trav was telling me that we was the glass slipper shoes, NC State. So I said, you know what, man? When I come back on the show, I got something to tell them, man. You know what I'm saying? You can talk about my team like that. Nah, all jokes aside, but nah. It's been a good run, though. Alabama going home.
Yeah.
A good team. Very good team. But they too little, man. Come on, man. That's JV. Like, come on, man. You dealing with the big dogs down there in the paint.
Got the sophomore JV squad going up against the varsity guys and trying to
UConn, but I might eat my words, man, because Nelson Grant might have something to say about this against the big man.
I think
I think Alabama shooters are too streaky, man. I don't really like that, man. You don't know which one, it's just too streaky, man.
Okay.
They start trying to shoot their way in the game. Live by the three, die by the three.
Live by it, die by it. This is true.
Damn, that was a long take, man. My bad, fellas. Go ahead on.
Trav, let's hear it.
Go ahead, Trav. Pick another losing team.
Roll Tide, baby.
I had a feeling Trav said that.
Yeah, I think. I think Nelson. Last game he had to do too much because Sears stepped up. And,
Right.
He had a good game. But I think it's gonna be Nelson time this game. He got to step up.
It better be.
Yeah, I think
That's the only one that can save him.
I don't think Clingan, he ain't gonna be able to handle them guys. I think we shoot them out the gym. But I believe we'll at least beat them by double digits.
Wow.
What the world? That's why I don't like Roll Tide fans, man. This why, man.
Castro, where are you at on this game? You thinking UConn? You thinking Alabama? Who you like?
I'm sitting here just listening to Dave and Trash. Dave is a SEC bias. Don't give a fuck. Vanderbilt could be in the damn tournament. He gonna go with Vanderbilt.
No. That's Trav. No, that's Trav.
Trav. My bad. Trav going with damn Vanderbilt if they was in the game. Dave just holler UConn, just to be hollering UConn. But to me, who I like, man, it will be. It have to be UConn. I would have to say UConn. And the reason why I'm saying UConn because they chasing history as well to win back-to-back titles since my Florida Gators won. Okay.
Yeah.
Number two, but I am very scared. I would be very scared if Bama shoot 23 threes and they hit 12 to 16 of them threes. That's gonna be a problem for them.
Did you hear what you just said? 16 out of 23.
Did you look at the last game they played against North Carolina? What did they do with North Carolina? Second half, they shot 23 threes and they hit 16 out of them.
Facts. This is true.
They played good defense, man. That's what happened.
They hit. I didn't say anything about damn defense. I said if they shoot 23 threes and they hit 16 of them, then you gonna get in the middle of my conversation about damn 16 threes. So I'm just saying, Bama's a streaky team.
Help.
They got good shooters, and they play good defense. Now I don't know if it's gonna be enough, but Alabama saying we're gonna play this game 2 for 3s. Y'all get 2s, we get 3s. At the end of the game, we outscore y'all guys. Alabama's the number 1 team in the nation as far as their scoring. They scored 90 points a game. Can UConn score 90 points a game? UConn don't like an up and down game. Bama do. So Bama gonna be trying to run the ball up and down the court all night.
Yeah. Hey, man, that's a cold take right
Run
there.
them out the gym.
It's a cold take.
That's a real cold take, Castro, and I
But
know you hate when I say this, but I agree with you because I'm also going with Bama, and I said it last week that if you don't find a way to stop them from making shots, they will beat you. Regardless if they're not the better team, if they can make those shots, which they've proven to be able to do consistently throughout the tournament at least, then they have a great chance, if not the best chance, of beating UConn. And that's why I'm also going to go with Bama.
hold
Now
on,
if they only had
but hold on. You know, Castro, he jumping both sides of the fence now. He said, don't let him fool you now. He said that UConn was going to repeat like his Florida Gators in '07 with Al Horford and Joakim Noah, all the people he was talking about. He said they're gonna do that.
man,
Then he said, but he's
I think
scared. But
hey,
he's
hold
scared
on,
because he always
put
scared.
Dave. Can
He
y'all put
always
Dave on
scared.
can y'all put Dave on fucking mute? Because he really something wrong with his mic. His shit is really fucked up because I never said I said they chasing history. I didn't say they gonna get history. I said they chasing history. That don't mean I'm saying they gonna win the
You
game.
all over the place.
I'm giving you points. It ain't about being all over the place. I'm giving you a point on both sides. He said what you think, and I'm giving him my answer of what I'm thinking.
And I do
Follow
recall
that.
when you started the conversation, you did say
Oh
that they
Lord.
are chasing history in way of having back-to-back championships,
Thank you.
which
Thank
hasn't
you.
been done since the Gators 06, 07.
I like when we got somebody that got us on recording because they just be goddamn just talking, and he just I don't know. He need to be pulling over before he run into a stop sign while he talking.
Yeah, whatever, man. You know you said both teams.
Trav, I haven't heard from you yet, though. No. Yes, I did.
Yeah, you
Yes,
did.
I did. I got it
Oh
right
yeah,
here.
the tide gonna roll.
Yeah.
Hey, Trash. And another thing about Bama, they don't. If Bama just had one shooter, then I feel bad for them.
Oh, they got a
But
lot of shooters.
they got a lot of shooters. You know what I'm saying? That shoot threes.
But they
They got a
streaky
lot of
though,
shooters.
man. You don't never know who gonna show up.
It doesn't matter. That's why they
That
call
works
it.
towards their advantage. Yeah, that works their
Yeah,
advantage.
yeah. That's why they call it a team. You don't know who gonna damn start getting hot.
Yeah, good point.
I
Yeah, I
like.
just think they.
Go ahead, Trey.
No, I was just gonna say I think they need to come out better than they been coming out though. I don't think they can afford to come out slow like how they been coming out.
That's a good point. They can't go in halftime down by almost 10. They can't do that. They playing a great team. And that damn I mean this ain't North Carolina. These
Oh
these
wow,
totally different from fucking North Carolina. You know what I'm saying?
wow.
So they playing a great team, which North Carolina is like a mediocre team. And they came out
What
and
the
they
fuck, man?
shot 20 they shot 16 threes in the second half to beat North Carolina ass. So all I'm saying is Bama can't fall behind. If they do, it can't be no more than 4 or 5. They got to keep it in the damn striking range. If they get up to 10, it's over.
Yeah, you know, if it's like 10 early in the game, then yeah, they can come back. But the second half, well, I still feel like they could, but I don't think they should come out slow. They need to come out upbeat, and they need to run them out of the gym. That's what they need to do to UConn. That's how you
And
beat.
and another thing, Trad, they need to put UConn in foul trouble. They got to get what's his name, Singler.
Y'all get carried away, man. Y'all get carried
They,
away.
they got
Y'all
to put
getting
him in
carried
foul
away.
trouble.
The tide gonna roll, Dave.
All this entertainment and stuff, man. No good. I don't even know why Max sitting here hyping you up, talking about he rolling with Roll Tide. No, good damn well he ain't going no Roll Tide. In the back of his mind, we get that TV turned on. Motherfucker going home, man.
Like,
So,
that,
Matt,
you been saying, Dave. You been saying that every week.
I do believe the Tide
Saying what? Saying what every week?
The tide going home.
threes.
I ain't say that, man. I said that they gonna win.
Well, you did
Well,
say they're gonna
against
lose
the
against
Tar
North
Heels.
Carolina. You said they're
Yeah, I
gonna
did
lose
say
against North
that. I
Carolina.
did say that.
Okay, then. I mean, damn, you
Right,
all
right,
over the
right, right,
place
right.
now.
I said that. I said that. Come on, man. Come on, Castro. I
Uh,
said that. Of course, I said
okay
that.
then. All right
Of
then.
course,
So
I
you
said
all over
that.
the place. So you all over the place.
All right, now,
Man,
Dave.
come on, man. Come on, man. He said every week. He said I've been going against him every week. Come on, man.
Every week.
I've been writing
Nah.
it down, so I've got everybody's predictions. So I can always go back and look at them, see who predicted what, and we know who's right.
Mac,
And who's
Matt's gonna go
he
outside
hate
and pour a
Alabama.
beer out for fucking Alabama.
He
That's what's
hate
gonna happen,
Alabama.
man. Matt, you keep thinking Matt's like your team, man. I don't like your damn team.
You were hating them
He
during the
just
football season, and
he's just
you
trying
been
to
doing
get
the
you hyped,
same.
man. Max know what he's doing. He's a great moderator. He's just trying to get you hyped, man. Get your spirit lifted up. He's trying to uplift your spirit.
Hey, you was
Put me
hating
in where
on
that team ain't
Alabama.
gonna do nothing.
You were hating on Alabama in the playoffs in football. You
Fuck,
say they weren't gonna
fucking
make it,
charity case.
and you doing
Y'all
the
charity
same
case,
thing with the
man.
basketball.
Y'all charity case, man. Y'all ain't going nowhere, man.
It's gonna be the same thing with
Yeah.
baseball.
we're split right down the middle as far as this first game goes, and I don't know that that's going to change until after they play it, and
Sympathy team.
then we're going to talk some shit about who's right and who's wrong. But we got Dave says UConn, Trav, Bama,
Roll Tide.
Castro got UConn, and I'm with Trav. I got Bama. Why? I'll tell you why. Because if they hit their
Sympathy
shots,
vote.
they are going to be hard, almost impossible to beat. And if they're putting up 90 points, which they can't easily do, they're going to have a hell of a time as far as the Huskies coming back and beating them. Just saying.
So Castro do got UConn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I said
got,
you could. I said you couldn't go win the game.
yeah, Castro
I
got
said you could. I ain't finna fuck it. Listen to the recording. I ain't got to tell you. Listen to the damn record. Max, when all this over, send him a damn recording.
I promise you. UConn, I
Shit.
promise you.
I'm done, bro. This man all over the place, man.
Shit.
Oh, we got the predictions all written down. So we'll see what happens on the next show once these games get played out and who's right and who's wrong. And let's go. Speaking of the other game, we got Boilermakers, NC State, or as I like to call it, the Battle of the Bigs. Now, myself personally, I love bigs. I love watching the bigs compete. I love watching them play. I love watching them fight underneath. The bigs are where it's at for me. That's me. Now, I want to know what you guys think about this game. I want to see personally Purdue and Edie take it. I think they will because they've got a better. I think they do have a better team all around. They might not have individual better players, but as far as the team is consisted of, I think they are better. But that's not taken away from North Carolina State. But that's me. Trav, I'm going to take it from you now. What do you think about this game coming up?
I gotta go with Purdue. I think Edie gonna be too much for him. Burns, he a big boy, but he ain't tall enough. He too short.
You think that we're going to get anything out of Burns? Do you think it's going to be a big time matchup where these guys are battling it out underneath?
I don't even look at it as a battle. I think Edie will score at least probably 40 again or close to it. I just don't think they'll be able to stop him.
He is going to be tough to stop. Do you
Yeah,
think
I
the
think
rest of
that's
the team are going to be able to step up as they did the last couple of games and be able to get him past this team?
You talking about Edie?
Yeah.
I mean, all they have to do is score about around 30 points or a little higher. He gonna get the rest. Cause NC State, they not gonna be able to stop him.
Not going to be able to stop him.
Nah, I don't see it.
Okay. All right. So you
So
like
I think
Purdue
it'll
on that
be-
one then?
Yeah, I think Edie have another dominant game. So
All right. All right. Super Dave, what do you think, man? Do you like Purdue or do you like NC State? What are you thinking?
I, I like both teams, but it's gonna be a close one. I feel like it's gonna be closer than what y'all expect. I think NC State gonna make it a game. If it was me, I would have big boy DJ Burns. As soon as Edie crossed the damn half court, the 3 point line, I'm already boxing out for position. I'm not letting them get below the fucking elbow. I'm throwing number 34, Middlebrooks, coming off the bench. I'm throwing them in there. We battling for position. I'm not letting Edie get in position. And as far as the other guys, Braden Smith, tough man. But NC State got somebody for him. The number 14 for NC State, and then you got DJ Horn. You got DJ Horn and DJ Burns on that team. So you got DJ Horn, the guards. They got the guards to match up with them, and then down low, I mean, you got Dewara. Can't say his name, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, and listen, that's what's going to happen. That's what should happen. But yeah, you know what? Man, love is blind, man. Shit, man.
Love is
Man, I'm gonna go
Hey
with NC
Joe.
State. Fuck it, man.
Hey Joe.
NC State.
Hey Joe. You long winded, Joe.
Hey, NC State. I'm trying to figure it out, man. You're right. I don't know what I'm. You're right, man. Hey, man, I'm hurt over here, man. I'm torn between the two, man. The house divided.
Why don't you go by your theory? See, when Edie playing everybody else,
Listen,
and
man.
hold on, hold on now. Your theory, this is shit you been saying. Edie gonna put everybody in foul
Everybody in
motherfucking trouble.
foul trouble.
Ain't that what you been saying?
But
So
I
tell
can't
me,
go off of that.
you been going up that against everybody else. What's the
But
difference?
this ain't
He's
everybody else though.
He still Edie. He ain't
Moderator,
a different motherfucker.
Hey, listen, moderator, because this guy ain't gonna give me the benefit of doubt. Haven't I
Okay.
been saying that NC State have big boy down in the paint, DJ Burns. They have Nawara. Those are two
Listen,
front court guys.
you
But they also hold on, Max. They also have Middlebrooks coming off the bench with size. NC State got the most depth in the tournament with front court. I've been saying that, man.
Hey Max.
I'm listening. Yes, sir.
Max, when Dave do his segment, when he get done, you put him on mute,
Oh,
okay? So we can damn talk. Because, listen, all I'm saying is this, because it ain't gonna take me long. Too much Edie. Too tall, too big. Even though big boy, big as hell, want to be a linebacker, cool, good. But Edie
you
gonna
right.
put them in foul motherfucking problems.
Coach,
That's
me-
gonna be the problem.
So let me ask you this then, Castor. Let me move to you. What are you thinking? Are you going with Purdue and Edie against NC?
Yeah, I gave you my answer when I said Edie. Gonna put them in foul problems.
Yeah, he
That
did.
was
He
my
definitely
answer right
did.
there.
Okay.
It's too much.
All right.
It's
Remember
too
that.
much.
Remember
It's,
you said that.
listen. Oh, North Carolina State. See, we forgetting that Cinderella team. See, every year is a Cinderella team.
Oh.
North Carolina State is that Cinderella team. Did nobody
You just
expect
mad
to
because
be
we got the
actually-
men's and the women
did-
both
hold
in
on.
the damn tournament. That's what you mad
Did
about.
nobody?
The Florida
Did
sitting home.
nobody? See, there you go, jumping in the middle of my shit. See, we gonna chop your shit every time you get on there. We gonna chop your shit. When this show's over,
'Cause I'm telling
Max,
the
make sure
truth?
we chop it. No, because
Because
you
I'm telling the
interrupting.
truth.
Because you interrupting.
Boy, I tell you, man.
So my thing is this: in North Carolina,
Can't
Chad,
make this up.
North Carolina State is a Cinderella team. Didn't nobody believe them? Okay, they got on the hot streak. And they beat good teams. But you can only be hot for so damn long. Now you're gonna go right back to the same sorry mediocre damn team you was at the beginning of the season.
So what you're saying is then, Castro, let me just make sure that I understand, that NC State's Cinderella story is going to end.
Yes.
Purdue is going to be the winner of that game, and NC State doesn't match up well with Purdue because Edie is damn near impossible to try to stop on any type of one-on-one without having to get extra help to guard them.
That's exactly what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying.
hell
If
yeah.
Edie was playing another team, then I'll try to point out other scenarios why Purdue can win or lose the game. This is only one fucking scenario. Dude is too fucking big and too tall. He too strong in the paint. Big boy
Okay,
200,
so you was
300,
listening.
so
I
for what?
told you that.
He can't handle this motherfucker.
Oh, wait, Dave. Let me get your take on this because we're all on the same page here. We all believe Purdue is going to win. I just think that we are disagreeing with the impact that Edie is going to have on that game, and we're taking away from whatever impact Burns may or may not have. So that's what I want to get
Facts.
to, and I want to find out what is Burns going to do to stop Edie. How is he going to do it?
Hey, let me go, man,
We'll
because
Dang,
wait.
he too short.
you know what, man. Look, all right, I'm gonna be. Look, I can prove to you, bro. I keep it short, compact. Listen, Edie. Everybody know that's my favorite player in the tournament. Well, him and Burns is my favorite player. Well, you know, Burns is gonna get whatever Edie bring on the offensive end. Burns is gonna bring it right back to him. But far as free throws, he can't match Edie free throws. But what I will say is that NC State, I keep reminding you this. You don't know the roster. They got three big men that could, or two, at least two big men that have two big bodies they can throw at him. And then the guards is gonna give it to Edie on the pick and roll. This is what they do, man. But I digress, man. Watch. Time will tell.
So I'm gonna say my point, Max, and then you can go to trash. You keep saying they got two big men.
His name
Tennessee didn't
Trav,
have two.
man.
I mean, my bad. Tennessee didn't have two big men.
Go ahead, man, with your point. Cause I'll
That
never
that was
agree
my
with you.
point. I don't give a damn. So what?
I
Don't
never agree
agree.
with you.
Don't agree. Be the
Never.
follower. Be the follower. Because you sit here saying they got two big men that they can throw at Edie. Tennessee had two big men throwing at Edie. And what the fuck happened? Foul trouble. Foul
Man,
trouble. The
man, them
same
undersized big
shit.
men.
The same. Oh, Burns and damn. Oh, he's 6'6". He's 6'4". My bad. My bad.
Nah, he's
You
six
right.
nine.
You right.
Middlebrook's
He
like
right there.
6'11". Middlebrook's like 6'11".
Good God.
Man, get the hell out of here with that damn story you trying to sell.
All right. Hey, ain't no wolf tickets over here.
It sounds like one. You crying for some help.
I
Hey,
think
man, look.
this game is probably going to be a lot closer than any of us really think. I wouldn't.
That's what I said.
I think that this game is going to be, even if you look at
Yeah.
Burns and you look at Edie in that matchup, and then you look at Middlebrooks to come and help, and he's going to
For
give you
real.
scoring off of the bench wherever you need him. And not to
Facts.
mention the fact that Diarra is going to be there and he's going to put up a double-double. It might not be a 20 and 12, but he's going to get you a double-double. So I
And
think,
outside blocks.
oh yeah, it's going to be a closer matchup than what I think that they're predicting. I
Right.
see it going down as a great game, really great game.
Yeah, Edie can win, but it ain't gonna be what y'all think it is, man.
I think Purdue cover. They gonna cover the spread.
What's the spread?
9 points.
Dang.
You think Purdue's going to
Whew.
cover?
Yeah, I think they
Man.
gonna cover.
Vegas involved, man. Dang.
Yeah, that changes a little
That,
bit.
that's something else you forget, Dave. NC State, they not a good 3-point shooting team either.
Right,
So
man.
I
Vegas
don't
involved,
see
man.
them. I don't see them being any kind of match for Purdue.
Man,
I think the Cinderella story is over.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
He'll change his team in a minute. He'll go with Purdue in 1 second. Hold on a minute. Wait for it.
Oh man, I'm all hey shit.
No,
Hey.
we got Purdue going all the way around on this one, and we're going to find out. Like I said, come this weekend by Sunday night, we're going to have a lot more clarity, and I think it's going to be exciting. All the games in general, the best teams are definitely the ones left, and we're going to be fortunate enough to be entertained by some really great matchups, I think.
NC State, baby.
NC State. The big guy. Speaking about big guys here, Jerry West. We're going to switch over to NBA for just a moment here. Jerry West going in for a third time to the Hall of Fame. Not once, not twice, three. Now, Jerry West has been around a long time. One of the pioneers, if you will, of the game from the early days, from back in the early 60s until even today. His presence is well known, and his influence on the game has been felt every time you look at the logo. That's Jerry West. So the NBA will never admit to it because they don't want to pay him any money. And going in for his third Hall of Fame bid is a pretty amazing achievement in itself. I would just like to get your guys' take on Jerry West, him being a three-time Hall of Famer as far as inductions go, and whether or not he's deserving of it. Castro, what do you think?
I don't know too much about Jerry West, so I really don't have a take about it. I don't keep up with Jerry West. Didn't know he won to the Hall of Fame again, so that just how much I keep up with him. So that's my take. Fuck Jerry West.
Not that interested in Jerry West. Not a big deal. No problem. Trav, what do you think about Jerry West?
Yeah, I think that was good because he was a great player in the league in his time, and he been a great GM.
Yep.
Look what he did for the Lakers. Look what he did for the Memphis Grizzlies when he was there dealing with them.
Warriors.
And, even the Warriors. So I think he deserving of it. He show you what he about time after time. So, I think he's worthy of getting in there again as a contributor.
I also agree that he's well deserving of it and one of the pillars of the game in every aspect of it, from ownership to front office, coaching, playing. He's seen a lot, and he's been around a lot of guys that aren't around anymore that he's taken from. So congratulations to Mr. West. What do you think about it, Dave?
Man, for Castro, man, get your pencil out and your paper out. You going to school, man. Like Jerry West, man, great, one of the greatest players ever, greatest executive ever. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't too shabby of a coach. He was a good coach for the Lakers, man. And you know what I mean? He didn't miss on the court, and he didn't miss in the front office. You see how he the one who chose Kobe Bryant. He chose Kobe. He brought KD to the Warriors. I mean, what haven't Jerry West done, man? Everything he touches like gold, bro. Literally, bro. I know that sounds exaggerated, but for real. Try to back me up. Try know.
Oh, you through?
The man knowledge on the game, though. We need more people in the game that know what the hell they talking about. I don't really, that's what I appreciate most. It's people who know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying, in this game. So, hey, man, hats off to Jerry West, man. Salute, you know what I'm saying? Because Jerry West put together a dynasty with the Lakers, Showtime Lakers. Then he put together a dynasty with the
you just said all that.
With the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe, and he put one together with the Warriors, man. Jerry West set the standard. All right.
So my point again is I don't give a damn about Jerry West. He can be your superhero, but he's not mine.
No, he ain't my superhero. No, I'm just getting
so if I don't have good things to say about Jerry West, so just don't say that. No.
You said fuck Michael Jordan. You said fuck Michael Jordan, and you said fuck Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
Lord, man, we're gonna have to get you some haterade or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't
You
be a
give it.
hater, man.
You
Educate
give me what
yourself,
you want
man.
to give me. You give me. Listen, I'm not mad at you for your inconsistency. Damn, picking teams here and there all over the damn place. I ain't saying nothing about who you like, who you don't like. I just don't follow Jerry West. I'm not saying the dude a bad dude. I just don't follow him. I don't cover him. You can. I don't.
So Jerry
I
West,
re- I,
as
re-
far as you're
I
concerned, kind
respect that though.
of a moot point.
Hmm.
It's kind of a mute point when it comes to Jerry West and you, just because it's not someone that you follow.
It's somebody I don't follow. It's Jerry West.
Gotcha. Not, and that's all right. Not everybody is going to follow Jerry West, but you are familiar with who he is and his
Yep. Yep.
contribution to the game.
Yep. I know who the man is.
Yeah,
Just don't
and
follow him.
just don't follow him. That's all right. And then, as I'm looking over here, notes, we're going to get into more of the NBA come next week as the play-in tournament's going to be starting off. Right now, we're just kind of looking at seeding and seeing what things are going on. The MVP race has been relatively close, but it's not quite there yet. There's a front runner and there's a couple of other guys, NBA wise. And aside from that, let's look at something that has just come out here relatively recently, and that is the new NFL rules. There are a couple of rules which stand out in particular that I believe are going to have major effects on the game. The first rule is going to be the one which is going to involve the tackling. So the hip tackle is now going to not be allowed. If you're not familiar with what the hip tackle is, it's basically grabbing your opponent and forcing him down using your body weight. So think of it as almost an anchor type illustration, similar to what you see here. So you're tackling him, but you're doing it in a way to where there is a potential of more risk and injury by doing it. So this is the first major rule change, and upon anybody getting flagged for it, it is a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. Now, take into consideration the fact that these are professional athletes that are running at a very high rate of speed, and their goal is to not get tackled. So, by implementing this rule of not being able to hip tackle and use your own body and its weight in order to leverage and take down somebody your size or larger, to me seems like an unfair advantage for the offense versus the defense. I wanted to get your guys' take on this new rule and how you think it's going to affect play and whether or not it's going to make tackling, which is already difficult enough, even more difficult. Dave, what do you think?
Start off with Trav.
Trav, what about you? What do you got on this? What are you thinking?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Nah, nah. They changed too many rules in the game. The minute it'll just be flag football. So I think what they trying to do, they gonna take so much stuff out, and then next thing you know, it'll be they'll start bringing the women in to play. So that's what I think about it. I just it's football. You gonna get hurt. So
Yeah.
they take away everything it is in the game that what that stop injuries or whatever. I mean, it won't be football no more. So I said in a minute, it'll just be flag football. and that's what it'll be. That's what I'm looking at in the coming future, the upcoming future.
I think
So
that kind of what you said, it's, it's a contact sport. It's a game that's physical in nature. There's going to be injuries. It's going to be something that is a part of the game just as much as scoring. Injuries happen. And trying to tackle somebody is difficult enough already. Now trying to tackle them while you're handicapping yourself because you're not allowed to use your full body weight in order to wrap somebody up and get them down, I think it's just going to make it all that much more difficult and not a fair advantage for the defense. Castro, what do you think?
I don't like it either. Uh, to me, it's kind of simple. They gonna fool around and get the defense player hurt more than the offense player because they trying to figure out how to tackle you and might end up injuring themselves because they don't want to tackle you the wrong way and get a 15-yard penalty and stuff like that. So I don't like the rules. It's soft and it just I mean they want entertainment. We want football. They want entertainment. And this is just not I mean, for people that came up watching the NFL and college game, play pee wee ball, tackling is tackling.
Mhm.
You got to protect yourself. You got to make sure somebody come and hit you. You the running back. You try to get lower than what they get on. So I just think the rules is they just changing too much stuff for me.
And going back to Pee Wee football or Pop Warner, or you playing inside middle school, high school, etc., go into college, even throughout that whole progression, your coaches, they teach you not only how to tackle, but how to take a tackle. They teach you to put your head down and lower your neck like this so you don't hurt yourself. So these are things that are fundamentally practiced, enforced, and preached throughout the lifespan of a football player. So now watering down the tackling and the takedowns are simply, like Castro said and Trav said, it's going to be kind of like flag football or a Pro Bowl. Dave, what do you think?
I think it's somebody in the front office is just and the boys they just messing the whole league up, man. Pretty soon, man, they're gonna have a rainbow on the jerseys, man. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I don't. This is gonna make it hard to watch because it's an offensive bias, game. It's geared towards offense, putting up more points and stuff. It's just the illusion that these offensive players are so much better today. Look at how many yards they're putting up and all of this stuff.
And it's true.
So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to compare to the past. That's
It,
all.
it definitely waters it down, and I think it's going to make it a lot tougher to tackle these guys. They're not easy to
Oh, it
tackle.
ain't gonna be down there. It ain't gonna be no tackle. It's gonna be a bunch of grabbing and waiting for your other teammates to come in and help you. Yeah, shoestring tackle. I mean, you're just gonna be tackling at the legs. Yeah, they're gonna be tackling at the knees, and then they come up with something for that because you can't do the horse collar tackle.
Yep.
What will
No.
you be able to do? Yeah, so you're only gonna be able to tackle with your shoulder pretty much bump off impact.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a lot. That's gonna force before. That's gonna force a lot of missed tackles.
yeah, because you're not going to arm tackle a lot of these guys out there running full speed.
Right,
It's just not going to happen.
right.
It's not going to happen. They're going to run right through you.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a bunch of hit stick tackles, and hit stick tackles are, what I'm saying, they vicious, but they risky also because you miss tackles.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think it's
when
going
you
to
get
be.
an inclusion of, go ahead.
It's definitely one that they're going to have to watch and see. Maybe during the preseason, they'll see how it goes and decide that maybe not the best idea. But who knows? These guys, they come up with new ideas all the time, throw things on the wall, hope it sticks, and make the game better. But in this case, I don't see what advantage this is going to give anybody except for the offense. it hinders the defense, in my opinion. Then the other big rule that came about is going to be the kickoff rule. Now, this one's a little bit more complicated. Just a little bit. Let me pull it up here so I can kind of go through it. The new kickoff rule, they designed it to not eliminate injuries on the kickoff, but to try to limit the amount of injuries. The majority of injuries occur during kickoffs. So this is one idea that they're trying to implement, which they got from a combination of the XFL and the USFL, and now they're adopting it on their own. So let me pull it up here and I'll read what it consists of here and how it's going to help.
Yeah, this is a crazy rule right here, man. You got to be kicker at the 40-yard line, and the defense at the 35. That's crazy.
The basic rule itself states this: the new format will see the ball kicked from the kicking team's 35-yard line. Now, every player on the kicking team and on the other team will line up at least 1 foot of the running team's 40-yard line. So the ball's being kicked off at the 35. You've got guys ahead of you 5 yards at the 40, and on the other side of the 50, you've got another 10 guys sitting right there at that 40-yard line, and the ball's getting kicked off at the 35. So this is where it gets interesting.
Hold on. So the defense is in front of the kicker at
Yeah,
the 40?
yeah.
Oh, man.
Both teams, the only people that are not in the same
Okay.
position at the 40 are going to be the kicker at the 35, and then the returner, which is going to be in what is now called the landing zone. And the landing
Right.
zone is defined as the area between the goal line and the 20.
Okay.
So,
And there.
Oh, you're breaking up.
all right. So here I'm
Y'all
going
go
to read
ahead.
this from the NFL, and then we'll kind of break it down and try to make the most sense of it because it does have a bunch of different parts in it. But per the NFL, the new format will see the ball kicked from the kicking team's 35-yard line. But every player on the kicking team and the other kicker themselves will now line up at least 1 foot on the returning team's 40-yard line. Let me see. And now, at least nine members of the returning team will line up in a setup zone beginning 5 yards opposite of its own 35-yard line. So you've got two sets of players at the 40-yard line, which is 5 yards above the 35. So 40-yard line, you got a group of guys. 40-yard line, you got a group of guys. You got a kicker standing right here. And over here in the landing zone, you got a kick returner. There are no more fair catches allowed. Fair catches do not exist in the NFL anymore. They have been ousted. Now, here's where it gets even more confusing. Okay. A minimum of 7 players must have a foot on what is known as the restraining line, which stretches to its own 30-yard line with up to 2 returners in the landing zone. So you only need to line up 9 people on that 40-yard line and can have 2 returners in the back. but those two returners can only stay in the landing zone between the goal line and the 20. And that is the only place where the ball is allowed to be kicked by the kicker to where it must be returned. Now, according to what the rest of the rule says, no player other than the kicker and the returner can move until the ball is fielded by a returner. What that means is that the only players that can move is the kicker, which is the one kicking the ball, and aside from his kick, he cannot move until the returner, the one that's going to catch the ball in the landing zone, which is the area from the goal line to the 20, touches that ball. At that point, the two 40-yard lines of defenders and tacklers are going to go at each other, while the returner or multiple returners are going to try and get to the end zone. Because now you've got 30 yards in front of you where there's nobody there. Now, what happens if the kick is outside of the landing zone? Any kick that is caught or lands in the landing zone must be returned. There is no fair catch. It is not an option. It must be returned. While
Yeah, it's
any
more
kick
like
that
40.
do what? I'm sorry,
Uh,
brother. Oh, 40 yards difference.
no. Well, now we hear you. We with you. Yeah, it's like 20 yards between the two opposing sides, and then they
Yes.
meet at the 50, and they try to drive the offensive team back to about the 40. Yeah, that's where they meet because they're gonna kick it about landing to the 5 yard. Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of room, a lot of kick returns. Yeah,
A lot of kick
yeah,
return.
definitely. Yeah, no hip tackle, no hip drive tackles.
Nope.
Yeah, so it's
And
yep.
the only way, while any kick that falls short of the landing zone. So if it falls short of the landing zone, this is interesting. It is ruled a touchback and spotted at the 40.
40
So if
yard
you
line.
kick that ball and it hits the 30 and it doesn't go into the 20, you're getting that ball to 40.
Oh man.
Yeah, if the kicker hits the landing zone and
Hold
then
on.
into the end
So the
zone,
so the so the so the ball can roll into the dang on 20. You saying it can land in the 30 and roll into the 20? I
yes.
ain't know that. Okay,
But if it
I ain't see the language. Okay.
yeah, but if it doesn't, then you get the ball at the 40.
Right,
Now
right, 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 right.
the other is if a kick hits the landing zone and then goes into the red zone, it has to be returned or downed by the receiving team. If it's downed, it will be ruled a touchback and it goes to the 20-yard line. So you lose 5 yards if you got a touchback in the end zone that you don't run out.
Okay. All right.
And then the
Damn,
last,
that's changing everything.
yeah, it really is. And then I believe the only other thing, all right, here's another one. If the ball hits the end zone and stays in bounds, it has to be returned or downed. If it's downed, it is a touchback, move to the 30. And if the ball goes through and out of the end zone, it is also a touchback and goes to the 30. So you could
Hmm.
have kick the ball out of the end zone,
Yeah.
team is going to get it at the 30.
Yeah, that's gonna be the best bet.
That would be
Teams to
the
try to.
safest instead of having
Yeah.
somebody run it back on you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's and then a couple other nuances. These aren't quite
Kicker's
as
gonna be the highest paid position in football now.
yeah. It's going to have
Oh
to be because
man.
the kicker's the last line of defense. You
Oh
better hope you
man.
can tackle without doing a hip tackle.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah. And the only other thing is the kicker will not be allowed to cross the 50-yard line until the ball is fielded. Penalties from scoring plays will not carry over, and fair catches from kickoffs will be eliminated.
Hmm.
So
Wow,
It's
they trying to make the kickers the highest paid players. I see through this shit.
yeah, they were smart
Damn,
with a lot of this.
that's crazy. They trying to fuck over the star athletes, man.
They're trying to make
That's what
special
this is
teams
gonna
the
do.
biggest part of the game, the biggest draw now.
Wow.
Because you've got like 4 or 5 different rules just in the
Time
kickoff
will
right now.
tell.
That's wild to me.
Time
What
will
do you guys think
tell.
about it? There was this, and there's a few other.
Castro, what you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought Castro was about to say something.
No, I'm just listening. I really don't have too
Yeah,
much to
that's
say about it. It's a bunch of unnecessary rules. I mean, basically that's all I have to say. It's just a bunch of unnecessary rules. She doesn't. It's not. I guess they copying some of these things from the arena football because this right here is like it don't make any sense. It just don't make any sense to me.
Yeah, they got it from the XFL. What it's supposed to do is make them return more kicks. So when they changed the rule before, most of the
Hmm.
time there's a touchback or the kicker kick it out the back of the
right.
end zone. So it ain't
Right.
been many returns.
Right. That's true. Yep. That was the downside of that one.
Yeah, but they
That
did it
rule
because they were
changes.
saying about they ain't want all the injuries on them kickoff return.
Yeah.
So now you come with this new rule you got from the XFL, and then you bring the other player closer, so they figure that they don't have a long way to run to block each other, or run into each other. Both of them on the 40, that's on about 10 yards from the 40 to the 50. That's 10 yards. So I guess they looking at it. It won't be as many injuries, and it'll be more return.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hmm.
Looks like that's what they're planning on doing, at least making it a lot more exciting on that kickoff and limit the amount of injuries. So we'll see what happens with it. It might work out really well.
Yeah. What we got next?
The other rules that they came up with, there is onside kicks will only be allowed in the fourth quarter. So no onside kicks unless it is the fourth quarter, and it has to be announced and made clear to the referees and the other team. So element of surprise, onside kicks gone. One
Hmm.
one other significant rule change that they did implement, which I think is probably going to be one of the better ones, is the instant replay allowed by the officials on the sideline. The replay officials can initiate an instant replay if they see that the call on the field has been made incorrectly or not made at all.
Yeah, that seemed like a good one.
I I think it can go either way with it. I think it could be used correctly and eliminate mistakes that were blatantly obvious to all the fans watching, but everybody who's on the officiating crew ignores it and the league ignores it. But hopefully this will put an end to it, and that way there's no discrepancies. We all see the same thing, and they can agree on it and correct it there. And then, as far as any other significant rule changes in itself goes, number of players on injured reserve that you can have come back, they moved that number up to 2, and they've also allowed injured reserve players to not have to sit out the entire season and allowed to come back early if cleared. So those are the other sets of rules that they came up with, and nothing aside from that was really all that groundbreaking to begin with. But those two big ones right there, as far as the kickoff rule and that hip tackle rule, I'm interesting to see how that's really going to affect everything.
Yeah, with that tackle, that rule about the tackle, that ain't gonna do nothing but get teams more flags out there on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, corruption.
Because a lot of times you got to think of a player trying to tackle a player with the ball. Sometimes that's the only way they can even grab them or tackle them and get them down.
Yeah, these aren't small gentlemen. These are big guys running full speed, full of muscle, full of mass. Bringing them down is not easy. They don't want to go down. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that rule at all. I think that one might backfire on them a little bit, but time will tell, as they say, gentlemen.
A lot more flags.
A lot more flags. It's going to make that game either super long and not want to watch it anymore, like baseball, or one of the, maybe they'll get it right and it fits just fine, and they clean up the game with zero complaints. We could see one of the two, or it just blows up in a complete disaster.
They might well get the flags out.
Keep some extra ones just in case.
They get the flags out.
Oh,
Well, guys, the only other thing that I had on the agenda, unless there's anything we want to freestyle about tonight, was the Rashee Rice incident in Texas. And yeah, that's what I said when I heard about it too. And anybody that's not familiar with what had occurred, there was apparently some street racing going on with some exotic cars, a Lamborghini and a Corvette. And what transpired was a 6-car collision involving Rashee Rice, who was allegedly in the rented Lambo, and we are still unsure as to whether or not he is the driver. The dash cam from the vehicle that was behind the accident, which witnessed it and captured everything on tape here, shows everything that we've seen, shows people getting out of the vehicles, and it also shows people walking away from the scene of an accident, which is negligent and criminal in itself. I believe that everybody needs to be held accountable for it. It's a miracle that nobody was seriously hurt, and I'm thankful for that. But there's been far too many of these occurrences with these young men getting this money and then doing things that they should not or would not normally do had they not had this wealth and this fame associated with them. Guys, what do you think?
what? Hey, I got a better question. What will this do for the Kansas City Chiefs moving forward? If they're forced to let him go, if he gets suspended from the league, will it set the Chiefs back? I want to ask that to you, Max.
I
'Cause
think
you're a
it.
Chiefs fan. You're a Chiefs fan. So
I am a Chiefs fan. I am. I don't like the situation. I don't like the way that Rashee Rice handled the situation. I don't like the way he handled himself. I don't like the fact that you were involved in an accident but didn't care enough to make sure that there was nobody else in need of emergency medical help. I don't appreciate the fact that he's a part of our team, and the reflection of his actions should not. He doesn't represent Kansas City, and he doesn't represent the Kansas City Chiefs in the light that they are known to be. We do not encourage this type of behavior. We don't encourage street racing. We don't encourage getting behind the wheel after you've been impaired. People know better. Before the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes' dad, he made a little mistake on his own, got behind the wheel drinking. Fortunately, again, nobody was injured, but now he's facing 10 years time in prison. In my opinion, this reflects on the Chiefs, depending on how they handle the situation, whether they deal with it in-house and take care of it, but some form of disciplinary action should definitely be taken, and I'm sure that there's going to be some action involved as well criminally for the same
seem
thing.
like y'all got a lot of drunks, man.
Doesn't it
What you
though?
say? What you say about this, Castro? Will this if the league suspend Rice, man, will this set the Kansas City Chiefs back?
No. They'll just probably get rid of him or suspend him and just get another player to plug in. I mean, I'm with Max on as far as the discipline. You know, I just say people that, regardless if they got money or not, need to be accountable for stupidity shit because they could have took somebody's lives. So, uh,
Yeah.
professional athletes, I know they're human. They just guys that just make a lot of money, but you still gotta have common sense,
Yeah.
And then on top of that, why the fuck are you flying down the road in a rental damn Lamborghini? Now I can see it was your Lamborghini, but here's a rental damn Lamborghini, So that's, you know, to me it reflects not just the Kansas City, but it reflects the whole NFL because some people get a lot of money and get paid and they feel like they can just do what they want to do because they playing the professional ball. But
Get away.
if you bring down you gotta start putting people accountable. You know what I'm saying? Just like I told you earlier about that wide receiver for the Raiders, that had that accident and killed that girl, and her dog and shit, so he got I think 3 to 5 years in prison. But he was drunk at the time. It doesn't matter if you're drunk or sober. If you going over a speed limit that motherfucking fast and then end up causing accidents, even though he just lucky he didn't have anybody seriously hurt or like died. Because then if he'd have died, he'd been doing the same thing, sitting in jail with his hand over his face, saying, "Why did I do that?" You have to think
Yeah.
sometime, man. You got to think.
Yep. Could have been just like
Yeah.
Henry Ruggs.
Yeah. Trav, man, what you think, man? If the NFL suspend Rice, man, will it set the Kansas City Chiefs back? Because that's what they were lacking in the wide receiver position. And that means they
No,
got to
not
start
really.
on.
Like you say, they could just plug somebody else in there. It ain't gonna hurt them. Yeah, it
Yeah.
ain't gonna
What?
hurt them. I think they'll be fine because most likely, he will get suspended. So, there's plenty of receivers out there, so they'll
Is this
plug
something
somebody
new?
in. What you say?
So is this incident? Did this incident surprise you or anybody? Does this incident surprise you? Is this something new or just something regular that the NFL players are always getting caught up in some driving drunk or accidents or hit and runs? Does this surprise you? This incident right here, or is this the norm for the NFL? It seems like.
I ain't gonna say it's the normal, but a lot of teams, so it's a
Every
lot of
year.
players. So
Yeah.
people drink and drive, and especially a lot of these young guys, they do a lot of immature shit. So it's always gonna be something going on, or some kind of something with it with females, or whatever it is. It's always gonna be something going on. So it don't surprise me. But I ain't gonna say that. For that, I ain't gonna say it's normal. But it's a bunch of players, and they gonna drink and have fun and drink and drive, all kind of shit. So that's just life. They
Yeah,
just
that's
some
true.
a lot of them young players, and they get that money, and they want to show out and do all kind of shit. And they wind up regretting it later. Because shit like that, it can cost them their career
Yep.
or somebody's life.
Yeah. Trav.
People.
Yeah, Trav. I want to say, man. Y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that this kind of seems like it is the norm because based on the study that I was looking at from USA Today, it was the name of the study. Let's see, the name of the article was I was reading black NFL players arrested nearly 10 times as often as whites, right? So within that, a lot of the police stops, the traffic stops, do not even get reported. more or less, a lot of them are already dismissed by the time they get down to the before the first court date. And if they do, they said I could read the exact numbers if y'all want me to. Say about a third of them get dismissed, and if they do, about they said about 8% of them get dismissed before trial if they decide to go to trial. But so being that a lot of these cases don't even make the media and they don't even they're not even reported. And when you do the numbers, they said in the past 14 seasons, over a 14 season span, not recently. They said they did it from 2000 to 2014. It was 687. So that's about 49 a year. A lot of things are going on and we don't hear about it. So I'd say it seems that's why I kind of might have said it seemed like the norm for the NFL because only time we hear about it is when they want to put somebody, like this who look like Tyrese. I mean not Tyreek, but they look like Rashid Rice, man. That's the only time, and that's what that article. Anybody who want to get in their feelings, that's what the article USA Today say. Black players are 10 times likely, and the media seems like they want to exploit us in the media, more than the other guys who got stopped and arrested and all of that stuff and got their stuff dismissed and all of that. So it's disproportionate. So don't think it don't happen. It happened with the NFL a lot often than what y'all know. So I don't, just like I don't want to, So that's all I'm saying, man. Attack on the. I looked in the Twitter comments, YouTube, looking at people respond about him, calling him an idiot. It's almost like it's a charged up nation of just a bunch of idiots on the online, racially charged, waiting for a moment like this to happen so they can release their racially charged biasness on him, say calling him stupid and all of this stuff like that. Just jealous of his money because he got the money. They making more money than they are, and they feel like they smarter than them, and they should be making money than that, more money than the athletes. So it seems like this they opportunity to just make this man a punching bag, and so that's crazy. That I feel like that's kind of biased that the media throw these guys under the bus like that. And you know they protect others. So it's biased, man. All of the comments that you see, man, is sick. Talking about he's stupid and all of this crap. Of course. Another guy I check out, man, Kickoff. Like he was saying, man, he said he was arrested. He was young about 100 damn times, man. He said he only got 2 tickets. White guy, I follow on YouTube or whatever. So, it's so there is, that, what I'm saying, that certain players, certain people got the complexion for protection, and they name never get brought up in the media. So, me personally about Tyrese Rice, we all know that I feel like that's foolish, that's immature, bro. You to whom much is given, much is required, man. You got to do better, bro. You got to be more responsible, bro. Like, and this ain't even about you getting away. Like I heard some people say, man, he should have had, somebody should have stepped up and took the charge for him or something like that. But man, it's more about him, man. It's about us, man. We need to take responsibility, man, for our actions, man. And if he don't get off on this, man, he can only blame himself, bro. Like, bro, you got life, generation changing money, and this is how you act, bro. Like, yeah, you live a regular life, but they got racetracks and all that stuff set up, bro. You out here, you just out here randomly racing people, man. Not knowing what you got to lose, not even considering none of that. That's funny. That's crazy though, man. But I'm a digress. So that's how I feel about it. Call me long-winded cats though. It don't matter.
I must be the
Yeah,
villain.
yeah. It don't matter. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, listen, man. Everybody got a good take and good point of views about this dude, but
Yeah.
listen. All I'm saying is this. What he do with his money and cars and friends and whatever he do what he do. It don't matter if you driving, Dave, I'm driving, or my kids driving. when it comes down to public, you can't put other people's lives in jeopardy.
Facts.
That's all I'm looking at. I'm looking at other people's lives that you putting in jeopardy because you want to have fun. To me, I'm
Right.
saying throw the book at his ass because you can't do that. You can't do it. Because if something would have
They got
happened
to
and
do it to
somebody would,
everybody.
you got to do it to everybody. Do it to everybody. I told you my theory. If I was damn president, 7 days. So I'm just saying he should be. And then on top of that, the sad thing about it is, you know, you leave the scene. Whoever drew the fucking car and the truck,
Yeah,
they
that's a
left
no
the
no,
scene.
bro.
You left the
That's a big
scene.
no no.
That could have
That
been
should
a
be
pregnant
automatic
woman.
time.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, like I said, what he do,
Yeah.
You there, Castro?
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I'm
all
here. Can you hear
right.
me?
Yep.
Cause he played for Kansas
Yeah.
City, he famous man. Listen, I watch him all day. I root for him all day. But do childish shit and stupid shit, I ain't got no love for you.
Nope. Not at
Yeah,
all.
man. You like you said, if it was a pregnant woman in there, and what if she couldn't get to her phone and you just ran off, ain't even check on them, see if they was all right or none of that.
Right. So that's my thing. I mean,
Yeah, they make these guys like they untouchable, man. Yeah, but yeah, man, the NFL need to crack down if they have to give fair punishment out to everybody though. You can't, and that, yeah,
And
you can't just be throwing, people making people scapegoats for, the NFL. Yeah, we know the NFL fuck up, but don't make certain people the fucking mascot of it, the fuck up club.
and here's the thing about the fuck up club. Everybody thinks it's exclusive to professional athletes, and it's not. Biggest
Mm-mm.
fuck up club is
Great point. Great point.
you know, some people call it Congress, but they can call whatever they want. It's a shame and it's a crime that every time they want to use an example of something done wrong or not done right, it has to be made with the same example of a person of color. Why? I have no idea. Do you
Yeah.
not think white people do dumb shit like this? They do. They do all the time. But don't
Right.
ever hear about it. And I don't like
Right. And
that
Mac,
when it comes down to being white or black. It makes no difference if Rashee Rice was a white man, a black man, a green man, a blue man. I don't care. Muslim, Jew, Christian, Catholic. What he did was wrong.
right.
And
Yeah, Max, man, we all about, what I'm saying. Hey, man, Tyreek. I mean, not Ty. I keep saying Tyreek, man, but yeah, man, Rice, man. You know what I'm saying. Ross Sports ain't letting him off the hook. You know what I'm saying. We ain't the ones that hold nobody accountable. That's the NFL. But I'm just saying we ain't giving him no passes or nothing like that. I'm just
Nope.
yeah, man, yeah.
No pass, not acceptable under any
Yeah,
circumstances.
yeah, yeah. We got to cover all of it, man. What's up, Castro?
what's up, man?
Yeah. Chad, what you say, man?
What that?
What you say, man? You want to close out on this? I think it's the last one.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, you already spoke on it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I already spoke on.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. If I'm Tyreek, if I'm Rice's family member, man, I'm like, damn, bro, we all supposed to be on, man. You out here doing this, and you supposed to be moving us. You know what I'm saying? Moving us up, man, up and out of the better situations.
I mean, he gonna get a nice fine, and he gonna go back and play ball. He just looking with nobody that was really really hurt. That's what he looking about.
Yeah.
That's what he need to be praying about when nobody was really really hurt. Because if somebody was really
Right.
really hurt, then he would be in some bad situations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, and quite frankly, the rap to sum this up, only people really can be mad is the Kansas City Chiefs. Rice family, the people that depend on him, the people that he injured, that he hit. You know what I'm saying? And the NFL, in the law. That's it. All these other spectators and citizens, man, stop it. Y'all. Shit, which one? You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't above this shit, man. Y'all do the same thing. Looking for a moment on the internet. Greasy old phone screens. Greasy tight keyboards. Stop it.
Yeah.
Caps lock on stuff.
Yeah. Guys, I think we're going to call it good for the night, unless we wanted anything else added or spoken of to touch on. Castro, Trav, Dave, you guys got anything?
I was just
Nah, they're
want to
gonna
say,
hear from me when my team start winning. That's all.
All right. Well,
yeah,
we're going
I
to.
did want,
Yeah.
I wanted to say, R.I.P. to Vontae Davis. Oh, he died.
Monday, yeah.
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, rest in peace to Vontae Davis, the younger brother of Vernon Davis. Played with the Colts, played with the Bills, retired at an early age in the middle of a game, and he will be missed and remembered. He was quite a character. Well, guys, I want to thank you as always. I thank you for being here, taking your time to join us this evening. I'd like to thank you, the audience, for taking time being with us this evening. We're going to be back again Sunday at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. We're going to go over the games that are coming up starting again tomorrow and whatever other new topics come about during the course of the next few days. Castro, Trav, and Super Dave, always, always a blessing to have you guys here and your knowledge to share with the rest of the panel. And I thank you guys for everything. Please.
Likewise.
And guys watching, if you haven't done it already, please hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and share it with your friends so we can all be out there sharing this good information, having good discussions about sports with one another, and bridging that gap together. This is Max on behalf of Raw Sports Radio and the Raw Sports Radio Network, where we keep it raw. I'm out.
Keep it raw, y'all. Salute.
Salute all.